And just like that, guys, following a record-breaking teaser event for the brand new season of Fortnite, we have the new season here, and well, most of the map now underwater. I will say this, though, initial opinions out there. When it comes time for the game and content, guys, it's a brand new season. Yes, this update probably going to be great for content, as we've seen many people point out. When it comes time for what we covered, though, the competitive side of things, this just throws another gigantic wrench in a competitive and an esports scene for Fortnite that was already struggling before. We have already talked about all the issues when it comes time for those events and the complaints already put on by players, and now you add in the whole different element of water on the map, and even with rumors out there of the water eventually drying up, we will see land again, or at least a lot more land again by the time the season ends. Events are still going to go on with all of this water around, and so my prediction being, this is only going to cause more problems, actually already being talked about by many players out there, as well as creators and streamers, Cloakzy being one, alongside Tim the Tatman, already bouncing off a tweet that was first brought up by Cypher, saying, I can understand why competitive players are nervous, but from a casual content side, this season has insane potential already. This, both Tim the Tatman and Cloakzy, most importantly when it comes time for the competitive side, Cloakzy making comments how this could be terrible for competitive, but he is glad that Fortnite is finally focusing on the casual player base.
I saw Cypher tweeted, he says for content he thinks this update's good, but you know, obviously the competitive scene is like molding.
I think it's terrible for the but I think it's good that Fortnite's focusing on, I mean, they never really, all because they threw out big money tournaments here and there. They probably they realize that casual play and content is more important than competitive.
And yeah, we take a look around, guys, not just water in itself. You of course have Loot Shark and a few brand new locations on top of that. And of course, meta changes will continue throughout the season. Trying to compare this to other esports out there is incredibly difficult. The only one I could think about last night when I tried to think of this video, guys, was Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty, as of right now, maybe a story in the future if we're going to see the same Call of Duty competitively next year carry over. I don't know if that's true, but we'll see if it does come true. When it comes time for them, every single year they have a brand new title to come out and actually adapt to, which is a pretty big change. Now that's year over year. When it comes time for Fortnite, they've been known for gigantic meta changes, weapon changes, at least in the way past, and some game-breaking items, not only just the mythical items, but we've broken all of that down, guys. The sword, the planes, the mechs, and now, of course, Loot Shark. Probably not going to have that big of an influence, but then you add in the water on top of that. You guys can at least imagine from a competitive and esports side of things, adapting and changing to this is going to bring a string of complaints. At least that's my prediction. You guys can think differently. I do agree. From a casual player-based side, this game in Battle Royale is unlike any other. When it comes time for content, it will be endless. When it comes time for competitive, though, the endless side of things will be the complaints that do come with it. I think it's well over a month ago, it was actually Miskiff on a stream with Myth, and they talked about the future of Fortnite, and I think Myth, and again, this is a long time ago, guys, before the beta for Valorant was even out yet as well, where Myth talks about the casual. Every time he says children, replace that with the casual player base. That's what he means, and that's where Fortnite should and has been heading for quite some time.
Are you worried Fortnite is going down the same path that Paragon did?
I think they're different paths ultimately. Looking back on Paragon, I think it was kind of a shit game. Fortnite still, like, in my eyes, is still the best Battle Royale experience like that you could get on the market right now. Hands down.
Better than Apex still?
Yeah. It's better by all means. It's just the best Battle Royale game out. They've like gone a route where, I don't know, things were really good at the start and they're communicating a lot. And I think the thing that bothers me the most is their lack of communication now. I don't really care the changes that they do. I understand that, like, fundamentally, it's a children's game. Like, I've literally implemented this philosophy now where, like, I'm not going to walk up to Fortnite and request things that don't make sense when it's literally a children's game. Like, it's and I don't mean that, like, people say that shit offensively, but the market is literally for kids. Yeah. So why am I going to walk into a Toys R Us and ask for, like, an AK-47? You know what I mean?
Unless you're in Texas, yeah, in California.
Or why am I gonna go into like a Toys R Us and ask for sushi? They're not gonna serve me sushi. I should expect that and I should know that. I've come to accept that now, and honestly, it makes me enjoy the game a ton more. It actually does, like, not worrying about the patches and what they're gonna implement and shit, and like your own personal request and just going with the flow. It's just like chilling.
Are you chilling right now because you're waiting for Valorant?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about this one? A large majority of the map now underwater when it comes time for Fortnite. Supposedly will dry up in the future. When it comes time for competitive, though, in the events, they will not stop. And I think this is going to be an interesting one. We've already seen so many complaints and so many issues, not only on the players, but especially on Epic Games when it comes time for running their big events and their esports. Will that continue? And has this season just ruined it all the more? We're going to find out very, very shortly. Hope you guys all enjoy. Come back tomorrow, by the way. We're going to talk about another big topic when it comes time for Fortnite and a lot of the streamers who are just not sticking around. Until then, drink your Wawa, drink your coffee. I'll see you guys back here sometime soon.